Hey guys, Mike here with We Watched a Movie, bringing you a review for a movie called Maniac. Maniac is apparently a remake. I didn't know that until after I'd already watched the movie. It's a remake of a 1980s movie called Maniac. You know, it's Elijah Wood playing the Maniac in this. He's the psychopath killer. He likes to kill women. What he does is he drives around, he picks one out, follows her around for a little while, and then goes to her house, kills her, will scalp her, cuts her head off, like scalps her like an Indian, and then takes her scalp back to his creepy mannequin shop that him and his mommy used to run together, and puts the bloody scalp on the mannequin head, and then pretends that they're real people. Seriously, that's what this movie's about. Frank meets this absolutely gorgeous girl named Lucy. She's played by Nora Aznezadeh. I think that's how you say it. She's French. And she comes by, and what she is she's an artist, so she's looking to... She has this thing for mannequins, I guess. So, I mean, they're probably the only two people in the world who has the thing for mannequins. I hope. But she's normal. She's just an artist, so she finds something special in him. So they meet up, and they get together, and she wants to use his mannequins in his shop for art. And the first question I have is... what possible purpose, what kind of business, how can you run a small business doing nothing but making mannequins? I mean, I get like there's mannequin repair and there's all this stuff like that. Maybe it actually exists, I'm sure it probably does. But it doesn't make sense to me. Like, so Macy's calls and maybe Macy's and JCPenney needs like 2 and then you're done for the year. So he meets her and starts to become obsessed with her. She's normal and he's a psychopath. She's normal and he's a psychopath, so things aren't going to work out. She's very nice to him, very nice to him. I think she even leads him on for a minute or two there. But, you know, it's not going to happen, and shit's going to get bad. And Elijah Wood as a serial killer. How does that go, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty damn good. Like, he is creepy as hell. And now one thing that helps him out is in this movie, a lot of it's shot in POV. What does that mean? Point of view. It's shot through his eyes, and when the movie starts out, you're like, oh, this is actually going to be kind of good, I think, because you just see his hands on the wheel, and he's looking at this girl who's arguing with this guy, and he's like, that's all right, Christine. Go on home. I know where you live. And it's like the creepiest shit ever. He has a creepy-ass voice. Damn, Frodo, what the hell are you doing out there? The very first kill, you're like, oh shit, we're in for a real ride here. That was legitimate. There's the kill, and then the title shot comes up, and I'm like, alright, sitting up, I'm paying attention now, because that was gnarly. But then the whole movie kind of feels like Drive in a weird way. It has a strange, off-the-beaten-path kind of soundtrack, and like the lights of the city, and maybe it's because he's driving when he's looking for his woman, I don't know. But it's just got that off-kiltered kind of cool, in its own weird way, kind of cool, like, stylish feel to it, and at least Elijah Wood to be really creepy. You rarely see him, and that helps because he just doesn't seem like a serial killer when you look at him. I mean, it's Frodo, for crying out loud. But when they do show him, he's got this little weird mustache, and he dresses weird, and he's always like, just look at him. He actually looks like a serial killer. I would be scared of him if I ran into him in a dark alley. You know, when I told my friends after I ran into him and I ran away from him, I'd be like, yeah, he was huge, man, and he was scary, and he had this big-ass knife. I wouldn't tell him he was Elijah Wood. The deaths in this movie are insane, like shockingly insane. There's a lot of gore. The gore's done really well, and they do not shy away. They do not flinch out whatsoever. It definitely got my attention. There were several points in this movie where I was like, no, don't show that. No, ooh, you did. You showed it. That was gross. It's got that weird HBO feel to it, like Henry. I think it was named Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. It's got that weird kind of feel to it, like just. Why am I watching this? Why am I so interested in a serial killer's life? It's like those Ed Gein straight to DVD or Jeffrey Dahmer, which was played by Jeremy Renner. You're watching it and whatever, but you're like, I kind of feel gross about myself for being so interested in what the serial killer did, even though it's not based on a true story to my knowledge. It's a pretty good movie, but when it's over, you're still not going to be happy. You're just going to be like, I want a color or something. The only other problem I have with this movie is the stupid women. The way they portray women, I'll say. In this movie. Like, he never would have gotten with these girls that he kills. That's the problem. Like, the first girl, he just follows her, right? But him being creepy and having that creeper mustache, which I shaved mine, by the way, thanks. Being as creepy and as socially awkward as he is, I mean, if you met the guy and talked to him for a few minutes, you'd be like, serial killer. I mean, he's not hiding it very well. He just spazzes out in public and starts, like, freaking out, looking at each other, like, pukes. Probably gonna get caught really soon. Just on 10 counts of being creepy. He meets up with this girl online, right? And she's this cute redhead, she's got tattoos all over, and first off, this girl was just like the worst character ever. But 5 minutes into the conversation, she's like all on his wang, man. It's bad, like she's just ready, she is down. She's sitting at dinner and he has like a spaz attack 5 minutes into the conversation, starts sweating rapidly. They don't know each other at all, they met online. He runs into the bathroom, pukes, comes back and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm okay." He barely says 3 words, he's creepy the entire date, yet at the end of the date, she's like, "Come upstairs!" And she gets upstairs, and guess what song they put on? Of all songs, I swear to God, Emilio, the Mighty Duck guy, I swear to God. They put on Goodbye Horses, the song from Silence of the Lambs. Wow, that was weird. But seriously, I mean, if you're going on a blind date with a guy or on a date with a guy that you just met online, really, you're gonna invite him upstairs and then that's the first song you're gonna choose? Like, are you begging for it? For God's sakes, lady. Then she goes and gets naked within 5 seconds, and you can imagine what happens. I have no idea why Lucy's interested in him. Maybe she's just a really nice person. He's a creeper the whole time. He's never really normal at all. Like, even when he calls her, he's like, "Good night, Lucy." And it's just like, are you not picking up the serial killer vibes? I mean, the guy owns a mannequin store. How dumb can you be? I don't know. It's like you're begging for it, really. And then you've got the ending. And of course, this is spoiler free. I'm not going to tell you anything that happens. But the ending is extremely, extremely gory, just like the rest of the movie. And it's extremely, extremely shot well, just like the rest of the movie. There's a part in there where I'm like, I can't believe they're still doing it. They're still pulling shit off of that shit. Really well done special effects and gore. I don't see the point of this movie getting made. It just makes me feel gross after watching it, but it was still a pretty good horror type freako weirdo movie. And Elijah Wood was fantastic as a creepo weirdo. This is what Fredo does in his free time. It's definitely worth a watch, guys. I'm gonna give this a 7.5. So the question I have for you is, what is your favorite serial killer movie of all time? It's gonna have to be Halloween. I know that's not like based on a true story or whatever, but just serial killer movie. What's your favorite? That's it, guys. Maniac gets a 7.5. Until next time, I'm Mike, and I'll see you next time on We Watched a Movie.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.